Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today is the 12th of May and we've got so much to get through. Now the title of this video is that I got scammed by PEPE, and I can't wait to show you exactly how I did. And yes, I lost around $10,000. But before that, of course, let's get straight into the latest and greatest crypto news. Now we're looking at the chart straight away, and as we always start off with Bitcoin, Bitcoin is currently sat at $26,305, and in the last 24 hours, that is down almost 4%. Ethereum is at $1,761, and at the time of me making this video, that's down just over 3.1%. As we can see, there's been a reaction in the last 24 hours, but how has that affected everything else? BNB is also down to $303. That is down 2.3%. And as you know, I'm a big fan of the BGB token, which is BitGet's native token. It is currently at 47 cents, and that is down 2.13%. So across the board, we are seeing an awful lot of kind of movement in a downward trend. Let's see how this goes and how this follows for the coming days and weeks. But tomorrow, of course, we're going to be bringing you the latest news yet again. Now, talking about the latest news, let's get straight into it. Now, the US Chamber of Commerce has called out the SEC for unlawful action. Of course, the SEC recently came out against Coinbase, and there's a huge legal battle happening right now. But what is interesting is the US Chamber of Commerce has come out in favor of the crypto space in a way. They have come against the SEC. This is potentially a huge forward step for all of us that truly believe in the space. Let's see how this story comes out. The next few days are going to be really big on this. We're going to be paying close attention to this and seeing where this goes. Now, the next question that I'm going to bring to you is, who remembers Do Kwon? Because a lot of people seem to have forgotten about this guy. I'm going to bring him back to your memory. $176 million worth of his funds have currently been frozen. Now, he's facing huge legal troubles in both South Korea and the US for his involvement in the Terra Luna blockchain crash. We all know it. It was the biggest thing before FTX. Probably him and Sam Bankman-Fried are the biggest villains in the crypto world right now. But because of Sam Bankman-Fried, we seem to have forgotten about this guy, and not many creators are talking about him. Now, it was rumoured that he was somewhere in Serbia, he was travelling around, he was caught, but to see that he's got all this money, $176 million frozen, suggests that something rather large is about to happen. Let's pay special attention to that. Now, JP Morgan has come out and said that it is going to get much worse for banks. And this hasn't just come from anybody at JP Morgan, this has come from their CEO. And this is a sentiment that is shared by many within not only the banking, but the crypto industry. Now, the increase of regulations, the attitudes toward financial services around the world, and the impact of the US dollar are going to be absolutely huge for the financial markets, not just in the US, not just in Europe, but all around the world. And the reactions that come from the back of it is something that we need to pay massive attention to, especially within the crypto space. Why? Because a lot of the assets within the crypto space are pegged against the US dollar. Now, this is why I am looking at any token, any project pegged against Bitcoin. And we're going to come on to that a little bit later within this video. Now, the news from Twitter is that Elon Musk is stepping down as Twitter CEO. But the question is this going to be the end of Dogecoin? No. When you see articles like this, you absolutely need to read a lot deeper. Frankly, he's just got a different position with the company. He's brought somebody better skilled within that position, and he's going to do what he's good at. Never fall for the headlines. Always do your own research. And I mean, blimey, this is frustrating to see. Always read beneath the surface. Before we move on to the closing story around why I got scammed for $10,000, I really want to bring this attention. You know, when you're looking at the BRC tokens, and if you don't know what the BRC20 tokens are, they are tokens built upon the Bitcoin network. Now let's have a look at it. You can see that Ordinals has been launched. It is on there. Okay, it's down 51%. I think that follows a lot of the market sentiment where it's clearly a huge percentage, but this isn't uncommon around when projects launch and they come on. Unfortunately, this is the nature and the culture and where it's at as a maturity as a space. But what I do know is it excites me. Anything that is pegged on or built upon an ecosystem of which is no longer required or kind of influenced or underpinned by the US dollar is something that I am absolutely looking at. Very interestingly, this week here in the United Arab Emirates, we heard a story around the government here in Dubai shorting the US dollar. And this is in the public domain. We know what's coming. Well, I know what's coming. I'm pretty confident. The US dollar is going to get much weaker. So I really want to see what happens in the future. So I'm edging my bets because I'm so passionate about Bitcoin to see where it goes. Of course, this isn't financial advice. This is just my personal opinion. Now, you're probably wondering, Jamie, when are you going to talk about the memes and PEPE? Now, before we do talk about it, I do want to talk about memes. Memes. They seem to be absolutely everywhere. Everybody is talking about them. But let's have a look at some of them, how they're performing right now. Shiba is down 2.9%. Dogecoin down 1.7%. PEPE is down 23%. Flocky is down 4%. And weirdly, Baby Doge is up 4%. Do you remember Bonk, the big airdrop? Down 8%. And these are all stats within the last 24 hours. But okay, let's get into it. I did something very stupid. I bought a token called PEPE because I thought, do you know what? I might get onto the next PEPE. I want to be a gajillionaire. It just didn't work out for me. So I bought the project, and this is what's happened in the last 24 hours. As you can see, the chart has pretty much gone all the way up and then boom, right down. So we've seen some influencers, we've seen some people talking about this, getting excited, and then we've seen an almighty crash. What gets worse? The team just have not been talking, have not been replying to anybody. So this really shows how we should trade, how we should invest. How should we? You're probably asking me. We should always invest in utility. What is utility? You have the answers for that. For me, it's a real world utility. It's something that solves an everyday purpose for me or others, or something that I deem valuable. And within that, I actually deem a strong community as extremely valuable for the way that I trade and invest. Interesting. And then of course, when you couple that up, you need to consider the team behind the product. Is the team up to the job that we need them to do? Only you know that. Make informed decisions, listen to as many people as possible within the space, and of course remember, none of this content in this video is financial advice. You should always do your own research, and if you do like watching these videos, hit that like button, give us a subscribe, and remember, let's go.